Hello everyone, it's Yoshi from your boy, Jet Black the one and only, here with another exciting video. In this video, I'm going to be playing AI Dungeon 2 with your boy Heart of Cards, aka Kratos, on YouTube. We're going to be doing a multiplayer campaign where Kratos and I will each be controlling our own characters, and we're going to be playing using a prompt that you can find on the Explore page right now called Hero/Villain Academy Exam. I just posted this prompt up, so if you guys would like to play it, definitely make sure to check it out. The prompt goes as follows. You go to an academy for young superheroes and supervillains. You are studying to become a superhero. Your rival is studying to become a supervillain. Today, you are taking an exam in which you must defeat your rival in combat. You and your rival have both been given special armor suits that give you the ability to activate any one superpower at a time. In order to pass the exam, you have to defeat your rival. Whoever fails this exam will be kicked out of the academy. You and your rival suit up and the battle begins. Your teachers watch as you and your rival fight each other, but when it seems like one of you has the advantage, they stop watching and instead begin cheering on their favorite student. Who will win? So that's the setup. So now it's time for us to actually start playing. Give me one moment. I'm going to set up the live chat. That way I'll be able to talk with you guys via the YouTube live chat. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the live chat. Feel free to bring up like a discussion. And if anyone wants to jump in as their own character, feel free to do so as well. We'll just have a queue where we set up like turns and everything. Yo, Andre and Kratos, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And any discussion topics that you'd like to talk about on the stream? Kratos, are you ready for action? And would you like to go first? Would you like to go first, or should I? Kratos said ready. Andre said hello. Kratos said, so how should I phrase my actions? So if you want to write down your actions in the live chat, what you're going to want to do is put an exclamation point, and then whenever you're referring to yourself doing an action, make sure that you specify like who you are. Worst case scenario, you phrase it in a weird way, and I just rephrase it. The main thing you should focus on is what you want to do, not necessarily how to phrase it. I'll phrase it, like if it's weird. I got you. But yeah, Kratos, would you like to go first, or should I go first? And also, Kratos, do you remember the prompt that we're using? Dad says, that was funny. Good to see you, Dad. Welcome. It's good to have you. I hope that you have a wonderful night's sleep. do, do. I'm actually really hyped for this. So I just played this prompt with my girlfriend, and it went really well. Kratos said, as the villain, I think it would fit best for me to go first. Okay, yeah, feel free to hit it up. Remember, you can activate one power at a time. Though the way that Beth and I were doing it was kind of weird. It was still one power at a time, like we weren't like activating two powers at once, but the way that we were doing it is that if you activated a power, you kept that power, like it didn't like go away. So the initial activation is like you only get one at a time, but then you get to keep it. So the power starts stacking over time, is what ended up happening with Beth and I when we played this. Kratos and I were talking about this prompt beforehand, and it kind of gives me Sky High vibes. The playthrough that I did with Beth was very anime. It was anime as fuck. It was really nice. So right now we're just waiting on Kratos' first move. Also keep in mind, if you guys would like to jump into the game yourselves, feel free to do so. All you have to do is let me know. Let's see. So Kratos has written his command. I'm going to copy and paste that in. Your rival, Tyler, tries to strike first and quickly by using his suit to manipulate the darkness around the room, pulling the energy from it and launching a blast of dark energy at you. Your opponent's attack hits you, and you feel a sharp pain in your chest. The suit reacts instantly, and before you can react, it takes over your body completely. Your eyes widen as the darkness around the room suddenly disappears, leaving only darkness in its place. The darkness goes away and leaves only itself. It's interesting that the suit is like trying to take control of my body. Yo, Ryan, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Any discussion topics you like to talk about on the stream? Also, don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. Okay. So I'm gonna say, no, I have to fight this. I can't let my suit control me. Let's see, and then I'm going to say you activate a power that allows you and your suit to combine into one cybernetic being using your new cyborg abilities. You hack into the school's defense system and have a series of laser turrets fire at your rival. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna try to do. Okay, so Beth popped in. She said, "Who is Ryan?" Yo, Beth, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day? Do you have any questions for your boy? Any discussion topics you like talking about on the stream? Ryan said that he finished season 3 of The Crown. I don't know what that is. Greta said, "Hello, Beth. How are you doing?" And then Ryan said, "Is Jet's girlfriend?" Beth is my girlfriend. That is true. Ryan is not my girlfriend. Beth said, "I'm doing good. How about you?" And then Beth said, hashtag no gay shit. Kratos said, "I'm doing great. Thank you." Then Ryan said, "It's not gay if we're both women." Then Beth said, "By the way, that is a bit I do with Jet and his friends, not an attack against anyone." She's referring to when she said hashtag no gay shit. So the story continues. The lasers do no damage to your cybernetic form. However, they do cause him great pain. He falls back against a wall and attempts to regain control of himself. His eyes roll up into his head as he gasps for air and collapses onto the ground. Ooh, okay, Kratos, it's your move. I hacked into the laser turrets, which apparently I'm immune to. I had no intention of shooting myself with the turrets, but I actually think it's cool that the AI was like, yeah, you shoot the turrets and they also hit you, but you're a cyborg, so it doesn't matter. But your opponent gets the ultra dick. So let's see how this goes. Ryan said, "Jet's love is an attack against everyone not receiving it." That's an interesting line. I'm curious how Kratos is gonna get around this maneuver. By the way, I'm down to stream until around like midnight, but around then is when I'm gonna have to like definitely go to bed. That's my normal go to sleep time. But we have plenty of time until then. Ryan said, "What do you think of Fusion Dispatch?" I believe that's a new Yu-Gi-Oh card that came out, but I do not know the effect of that card yet, so I don't really have a strong opinion. I imagine Kratos is currently trying to come up with his reaction. Um, I'm curious if I should send Kratos in like Facebook Messenger what the last thing was to make sure that he like can keep context. So I'm gonna send that to him over Facebook Messenger. So that's the most recent thing that happened. In case you missed me reading it out loud, or you just wanted a refresher while you were taking your turn. Kratos said, "Thank you, no problem." Let's see. Ryan said, "Reveal one fusion monster in your extra deck and special summon one of the fusion materials whose name is specifically listed on that card from your hand or deck. You can only activate one fusion dispatch per turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this card, except fusion monsters." What? That means that you can special summon fusion monsters by revealing fusion monsters. Wait, no, no, no. It's only from hand or deck, not hand, deck, or extra deck. Never mind. I was about to say, if a fusion monster was listed as material, I was like, do you get it for free? But that's not what it does. That's still not a bad card. Not a bad card at all. Because sometimes, even just the material on like a fusion monster is still like a pretty formidable monster. So that's dope. Beth said, "Extra deck, what?" So Ryan's talking about a Yu-Gi-Oh card. So the extra deck is where you keep all your extra deck monsters, like fusion monsters, XYZ monsters, link monsters, etc. Right now, in case you guys are wondering what's going on with this AI Dungeon 2 story, I'm waiting on your boy Ryan to respond. Not Ryan, bleh, your boy Kratos to respond with his next move. Right now, I think I've got Kratos in a very interesting situation. Ooh, there we go. He just responded. Let's see. It's interesting that you had to like break up your message into two parts, Kratos, but that's fine. Okay. Tyler absorbs even more energy from the darkness. He is now sitting in. Oh, sorry. I thought there was like a implied comma or an implied pause. Tyler absorbs even more energy from the darkness he is now sitting in. His body begins slowly fading into the shadows. Now intangible, Tyler's form is one with the shadows. He moves around the room, barely visible, as the lasers now have no effect. Your foe's last effort was to use his powers to make the walls invisible. This did not work either. The laser still hit him. Hold on. I'm gonna revert that one because I know that you weren't trying to just make the walls invisible. And then I am going to copy and paste what you said again, and then see what it says instead of that. The game was like he tried to make the walls invisible. That's still the lasers would still hit him. Good. Ryan said, "Your girl, Ryan, you mean?" Let's see. So we're gonna try that one again. See what happens. Then Kratos said 200 character limit, and then he's like, "What?" Don't worry, we got it. Okay. Tyler continues to absorb energy from the darkness, and soon he is gone. He was defeated. Again, that's probably not what Kratos meant. So let's revert and then try it again. The game's like, you got hit by those laser turrets. The game really is like, how do you get back from that? That's just game. Your foe continues to struggle to regain control of his mind. He begins to fall unconscious, and you can see the last remnants of his humanity fade away as he fades into nothingness. Tyler is dead. Damn. It really just wants Kratos to die. This one, I think, makes a little bit more sense than the other ones that it tried to do. Because I think it's trying to say that you're getting lost into the darkness. Because it mentions your humanity fading away. So I think it's like you became the darkness to such a degree to where you're like not a person anymore when superpowers go too far. Let's see. Kratos said, "Okay, let me change my action if this doesn't work." He said, "Okay, maybe the fade part should be changed." You're like, maybe it's going beyond when your powers work too well. But yeah, do you want to slash revert that, Kratos, and try something else? Or do you want to try to see if you can come back from the darkness? When Beth and I played a pretty much the same prompt, but it ended up being like a different kind of campaign, she was able to like regenerate herself on like an atomic level. So Kratos said, "I'm gonna see if I can come back." Okay, if that's what you're gonna do, then I'm gonna be like, claim victory. You approach your teachers and tell them that you are the victor and that your rival has died. You believe that your rival must have faded out of existence due to blending into the darkness. So that's what I'm going to do. Since the game's like you died. Kratos said, "Yeah, I saw how she used the atoms from her consciousness in the suit. What did you think about that, Kratos?" Oh, the game has continued. You stand before your teachers and tell them that you are the winner and that your rival has died. They believe you, but still wonder if you really won or not. After all, what does it matter who wins? You are already powerful enough to rule the world. What? I'm powerful enough to rule the world? That's pretty dope. Okay, Kratos. So the teachers are skeptical. They're like, I don't know if you really won, which means maybe they suspect that you're not dead yet. So it might be possible that you're able to come back to life. What are you going to try? Kratos said he thought it was really cool the way that Beth used atomic rearrangement in order to come back to life. Beth and I used to read Invincible all the time, which is like an image comic. And Adam Eve is a character who has atomic rearrangement. And Beth really vibes with Adam Eve. So I think that's where she drew inspiration from when she did that. Being able to like resurrect and heal yourself in battles is it's really good. Healing factors actually seem to be like a big thing in AI Dungeon 2 fights. Excuse me. Because they can really make or break your plays. But now it is Kratos' turn. Let's see what Kratos can come up with in order to revive from the dead. It'd be really cool if there was like an animated version of this fight. And so far, you like shot a blast of darkness into my chest, which made my suit try to take over my body. So then I fused with my suit to turn into a cyborg, which allowed me to hack into the school's defense systems, which then allowed me to summon a series of laser turrets to fire off at you. My cyborg body was immune to the lasers, but you weren't. You were severely injured and you collapsed to the ground, but you absorbed the darkness into yourself to revive yourself, but also to make yourself intangible. This then caused you to fade out of existence, more or less. And then when I approached my teachers to say, like, hey, I passed the exam, I defeated my rival, they then were like, we're not sure if you really won, but you've definitely proven yourself to be, like, powerful enough to rule the world. Which I think is pretty dope. Like, all in all, I would say the adventure so far has been. But I'm curious to see if Kratos can come back from that. The story did straight up say that Kratos' character was dead, but I think it's interesting that the AI also was like, but the teachers aren't really sure who won. Okay, so Kratos has his clapback ready. So let me copy and paste that. Oh, he has multiple clapbacks. It is a. I got you. I will string those together. Do 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 do. Okay. Tyler laughs maniacally from within the darkness as he uses every ounce of willpower to control the darkness and harness it. His power slowly expands to absorb more and more energy from the darkness in the world. He pulls from even the darkness inside the hearts of the wicked in the world. His body is still intangible, but his powerful presence is growing exponentially as he gains more and more control. He draws upon the darkness inside his heart, and his powers grow stronger and stronger. He becomes invisible, then intangible again, until finally he is able to move through solid objects without resistance. Suddenly, he unleashes a burst of pure light that incinerates everything in its path. Holy shit. Okay. Quickly activate a power that allows you to absorb the light energy released by Tyler. Using that light energy, hold on. So I've absorbed the light energy from the burst. Quickly activate a power that allows you to absorb the light energy released by Tyler. You then manipulate that energy and spread it throughout your body. This causes an aura of bright light and raw power to form around you. You say, "You absorbed so much darkness that you had to produce an equal amount of light. Your new dark form couldn't hold on to that energy. So now that energy powers me. I was already stronger than you. Now my victory is certain." You, how do I kill intangible darkness? I think I know what to do. You focus the light energy into, you focus the light energy in your throat and release it as a powerful beam attack. You fire it directly into Tyler. You hope that the incineration attack is enough to overwhelm Tyler and erase his dark form. Okay. So let's see how that goes. Let's see. Kratos said, "Can you send that to me in Facebook?" That was a lot. Yeah, no problem. So do you want me to send you what you just wrote or what I just said? Or both? Either one is fine. Also, the game continued. A beam of intense white light blasts forth from your mouth, burning Tyler's face and causing him to scream in agony. A second later, another beam of blinding light shoots forward, obliterating Tyler's arm and sending him flying backwards. So even though you're intangible, Tyler, because you're made of darkness and I am using light attacks, it seems like my light attacks are still able to harm you. So I just like blasted you in the face and then like blast your arm off, which is also pretty dope. So in case anyone wanted to hear like a recap of what just happened, so after I went up to the teachers and I was like, "Hey, I'm pretty sure I won because Tyler faded off into the darkness and I think he's just dead now. Like, I think he no longer exists." And then the teachers are like, "We're not sure if you won, but you definitely proved that you're like pretty much strong enough to take over the world." To which then Tyler returned, having absorbed darkness from throughout the world and even the darkness that exists inside the hearts of the wicked. And he's become like this intangible, invisible being of just pure darkness. But it seems like because he absorbed so much darkness into his body, that he then had to release like a large burst of light, and that burst of light incinerates like everything in his surroundings. So I imagine like the academy and like all the teachers have been incinerated. Like I'm pretty sure it's just me and Tyler. The only reason why I survive is because I activate a power that allows me to absorb light energy into my body, and then I use that light energy in order to release a powerful beam attack from my mouth, which then blasts Tyler's face and then blows off his arm. Because the only thing that can really overcome the dark is the light. So yeah, so far, cool as fuck. I'm definitely enjoying how this is going so far. It's interesting that I became a cyborg this time. When I fought against Beth, we used a lot of like really crazy and interesting powers. Like there was a lot of variety and a lot of like counterplays. But I didn't become a cyborg though, so this is interesting. Do 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 do. Right now, I'm waiting to hear Kratos' response. Also, I just realized I was looking at top chat instead of live chat, so I hope I didn't miss anybody's live chat messages. It doesn't seem like it. I think I've been keeping track of everybody's live chat messages so far. So I imagine Kratos is writing his clap back. He's trying to figure out what to do during his turn. So it's 11:31. Like I said, I'm good to continue streaming until around midnight. So we have around like half an hour or so left. So we're only halfway into this battle, and already uh, Kratos and I are like fighting on the level of like super beings, like to the point where the teachers of the superhero academy were like, "You could rule the world if you wanted to with how strong you are." So for Kratos and I to be able to swap hands the way we are, and the fact that Kratos is like the embodiment of all darkness in the world, including in the hearts of the wicked, this has definitely gotten to like another level of like epic anime bullshit. So I'm down for that. Kratos, you've been getting more into like drawing and stuff. These would make some pretty cool drawings. It wouldn't even have to be like an animated thing. Like if it was just like this, but with pictures, I think people would fuck with it. I fuck with it. do, 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 do. Bow, wow, bow, 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 bow. I'm also curious how someone would draw, like Kratos as darkness itself, because that's such a like interesting concept. Guts said, "What's good, Nick? Yo, Guts, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics that you talk about on the stream?" And John Mason, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics that you talk about on the stream? John Mason said, "Hey, what up, Nick? Finally made a stream." Kratos said, "I would love to try drawing the story." Nice. So to fill everybody in who just popped into the stream, right now Kratos and I are playing AI Dungeon 2. AI Dungeon 2 is a game where you can do anything and say anything you want. And now there's a multiplayer for it where we're able to play together. So we're playing a prompt where we're both going to like an academy that trains superheroes and supervillains alike. And we're taking an exam where we have to face off against each other. We're wearing these special suits that allow us to activate one power at a time, and we can activate like any power we want. And essentially, whoever wins the fight, well, passes the exam, gets to stay at the academy, but whoever loses gets kicked out of the academy. Um, so the way that the fight starts, Kratos, aka Tyler, shoots a dark energy blast directly into my chest. He essentially like absorbs like the shadows and darkness from the room into himself, and then releases it kind of like a dark kamehameha. So it hits me in my chest, and my suit like freaks out as if it's like self-aware, and it tries to take control of my body. So then what I do is, instead of letting the suit take control of me, I like bond with the suit. I activate a power that allows my body and the suit to merge together into a cyborg. So I end up becoming a cyborg being, and using my cybernetic abilities, I hack into the Academy's defense systems, which gives me access to like laser turrets, and I fire the laser turrets at Tyler. So the lasers fire everywhere, and they end up hitting me. Well, I shouldn't say me. They end up hitting Tyler and I. But the AI's like, because you're a cyborg, the lasers have no effect on you. But Tyler isn't a cyborg, so he gets bombarded by laser blast, and he kind of collapses to the ground. So Tyler had like a strong start, but he very quickly gets kind of crippled by the laser barrage. So then what he does is he absorbs the darkness from around him, and he uses the darkness in order to essentially like revitalize himself, but he also uses it to become intangible so that the lasers just phase through him rather than hurting him. But the issue is he fades into the darkness so much to the point where he like ceases to exist. So Tyler essentially dies. So I go up to the teachers and I'm like, "Hey, it seems like I passed the exam because I'm pretty sure my rival's dead." So when I explain that to the teachers, they're like, "We don't really know if your rival's like dead, dead, but hey, you've at least proven that you're like powerful enough to like take over the world. Right after the teachers say that, you can hear Tyler's maniacal laughing like fill the room. He's merged not only with the darkness of the room, but the darkness of like the world and even the darkness inside the hearts of people. So he becomes like this being of like straight up pure darkness that is invisible and intangible and kind of everywhere. Like he becomes essentially like a god of darkness. But as a side effect, his body releases like a huge burst of light, and that burst of light um, essentially incinerates everything in the surroundings. But before the burst of light can incinerate me, I use my ability to absorb light energy. I activate the power to absorb light energy into my body. So instead of being incinerated by the light, I take the light into myself, and it allows me to fire a huge beam of light out of my mouth, and that beam of light hits Tyler in his face, and then hits Tyler in his arm, and it like blows his arm off. So that's where we're currently at in the battle. So I just wanted to catch you guys up. I've been digging it so far. It has been dope. But let me catch up on a few live chat messages real quick. So let's see. John Mason said, AI Dungeon, huh? Nice, nice. Guts said, it's been the fattest minute since I've been in your streams. John Mason said, oh, that's cool. Guts said, so are you both a hero or a villain at the Academy? Tyler is playing a villain at the Academy, and I'm playing a hero at the Academy. And the idea is that in order to pass the exam and stay at the Academy, we have to defeat the other person in a superpower battle. So that's what's going on. John Mason said, interesting. And then Guts said, so you pulled a kill. And then John Mason said, lol, Guts. Ryoko versus Dark Goku, lol. And then John Mason said, I'm guessing you pass and he fails. Then Kratos said, okay, no one say anything for a second. It split into a couple posts. So now Kratos is, he's posted his clapback. We got to see how his clapback's going to work. So this is an ongoing battle. But like I said before, the stream's going to continue until midnight Central Daylight Time. We still have plenty of time. I just want to make sure that everybody's aware. Well, also, AI Dungeon 2 lets you write like a ton of shit, like every turn, for like what you do. I notice when I watch people play AI Dungeon 2 on YouTube, for whatever reason, they have like really short commands that they type in. This game is fire when you like give it like a book. Like you just type in like a shit ton of information, like details. It's pretty nice. Okay. Tyler regenerates his face and arms by replacing it with darkness from the universe, absorbing omnipotent energy. His voice echoes from within you as he says, you can have this puny planet. You can rule this waste of a world. My vision goes far beyond. I will rule the universe. Tyler then begins flying up as a mass of intangible darkness. Using his newfound knowledge of balancing light and darkness, he creates a vacuum of darkness around me and a way to form a barrier of pure light between us. I don't think you should have said me. But anyways, the game continues by saying, you attempt to break through the barrier, but you find yourself unable to. Tyler's attacks continue to hurt you, but you cannot harm him because of the barrier. Finally, he breaks through it and flies at you with incredible speed. Okay, so this is interesting. So it seems like Tyler has truly become a dark universal god, and he's created a barrier. And through that barrier, he's able to hit me, but I'm not able to hit him. So I've taken a good amount of damage, but now it seems like Tyler's about to try and finish me off. So he breaks through the barrier and he flies at me, but that's going to be his undoing. You shouldn't have broken through that barrier. I'm about to fuck you up. But real quick, let me read this live chat. John Mason said, I've been doing okay. Working on my card game school. Starts back next week for me. How are you? It's been so long. How's the new year treating you? Hope everyone is okay. Yeah, everyone's doing fine. I'm doing well. I'm still working. I have my own apartment which is where I'm filming now. Like, things are great. Thank you for checking in, and I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. I wish you the best of luck when you get back into school. Let's see. Where we at? Let's see. Kratos said, "Yet I defeated the academy." Lol. Guts said, "Only 20 minutes. That's not enough, brother." John Mason said, "Imagine if we were in AI Dungeon Ultimate 2050 version right now, and it makes us forget we started this game for fun, and only one day passes in reality for our entire lifetime." I mean, I imagine this technology is only going to get better and better. So I am interested in seeing what something like AI Dungeon 2 would be like 30 years from now. I'm interested in how it's going to be like even like a year from now. I love that we now have multiplayer. It really is like the main feature this game needs. Let's see. Kratos said, "Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean we. I switched perspectives accidentally." And then he corrected to me. No problem. John Mason said, "Lol. Sounds like Wraith versus Gibraltar from Apex." Oh, I don't know anything about Apex Legends. Kratos said, "I was trying to fly away from the planet, lol." You're still in this battle, Kratos. I'm about to give you this dick. You're not ready. Gut said, "This fight is the definition of when you and your friend are play fighting, but then you hit him too hard by accident and he gets mad." Kratos said, "Using a light barrier to shield me from your attacks as I escape," was what Kratos was trying to do. John Mason said, "Damn, I'm glad you have your apartment and everything's cool." Yeah, everything's good, dude. Gut said, "Dude, when a good VR MMO comes out, I will literally no life that shit hardcore." A lot of people have been like, "Man, when are there gonna be like graphics for AI Dungeon 2?" I think graphics for this game would be like a big jump. Like imagine everything that we've played so far, but you could see it. That'd be insane. But anyways, it's time for me to take on your boy Kratos, because he's flying at me at incredible speed. So here's what I'm gonna do. So he dropped the barrier. So earlier I gave myself the ability to absorb light, and I used that to absorb Kratos' light attack. Now Kratos is a being of like all the darkness in the universe. So let's see. I'm going to activate a power that allows me to absorb all the light and darkness in the multiverse. Using this power, you absorb Tyler and everything else in existence. You become a god among gods. Okay, so I mean, you went for all the darkness in the universe, so I had to figure out a way to get around you. If you're gonna fly straight at me, I'm like, I might as well just absorb you into my body. You unleash a massive blast of light that engulfs and destroys everything in the area. You are now invincible, and you know that you won. You feel something inside you change. Something is different. Something good. It feels right. Everything is perfect now. So that's where we're currently at in the story. Let's see. Gut said, "But you'd have to make the graphics for everything, which would be hard for this game where you can do anything." Agreed. You would essentially need an AI that understood everything that was being said and then could make a graphical representation of all those things. Excuse me. John Mason said, "This one fight takes place over 10 Dragon Ball Z episodes and a few flashback fillers." And then John Mason said, "Yeah, I agree, Guts." So far when it comes to AI that's able to convert text to images, such things exist, but they're not super good. I could actually send you a link to like a free one that exists online. Like I said, it isn't like very good, but the technology does exist. And we could try to use it for this, but it wouldn't work very well. I assure you. So Kratos said, so what happened to me? Oh, I absorbed you into my body, as well as all the light and darkness in the multiverse, because you flew at me. So I was like, I'd rather not get hit in the face. Uh, and I just felt like that would be the next logical step. John Mason said, Nick, may I suggest a prompt to introduce another being that came to destroy you two because it sensed an imbalance in power. So you two have to work together to defeat it. So you fight that being alone. So John Mason, wait, hold on. Uh, Kratos said, so you would say I'm still alive? Kratos, you're like inside me now. And I think the game even acknowledges that when it says, you are now invincible, and you now know that you've won. You feel something inside you change. Something is different, something good. It feels right. Everything is perfect now. Like, I think when it refers to the something inside me, it's referring to like me having absorbed you into my body. Like, I think we're now one being, and we're essentially an all powerful God that has absorbed all the light and all the darkness in the multiverse. We essentially are light and dark. John Mason said, and then you realize you need to release him from inside you to fight the being. So, John Mason, we currently have like 13 minutes left. Would you like to jump into this prompt as the being that you're referring to? Like, you could play that being. Then John Mason said, damn. Like, do you want to do that? We can do like, and John Mason said, I can do that? Yeah, you can do that. Just tell me that's what you want to do, and I'll type in your commands. And then John Mason said, all right, hell yeah. Okay, cool. So, John Mason, your turn is now. I'm going to essentially say what you said. What is your name going to be, John Mason? Like, that way we'll have something to refer to you as in the game. And I'll include all the stuff that you said about being a being that came to destroy us because it sensed an imbalance in power in the multiverse. This has grown to like crazy proportions. But before I can type any of that in, John Mason, I need that name. It's likely that we won't be able to finish this all at once. Kratos said, Nick, I like the idea of us both being conscious in your body, now having no choice but to work together for the sake of mutual survival. I also think that's pretty dope. We essentially fused at like the highest level. John Mason said, okay, so essentially I am a godlike being whose name is Nazem in English. It's just Mason backwards. That's totally fine. Okay. Nazem, a godlike being, arrives. Nazem claims that he arrives. Well, sorry, Nazem claims that he came because he sensed an imbalance in power in the multiverse. In order to bring balance back to the multiverse, Nazem has come to kill you. Okay. And Kratos, let's take turns controlling my body, since we're now one being. Nazem appears before you and smiles. He tells you that he knows the reason why you were defeated, and he offers to help. You refuse his offer, saying that there is no need for him to interfere. He knows why we were defeated. I guess that makes sense, because Nazem is probably aware of the fact that we were two people, and technically Tyler was defeated, but in the end it doesn't matter because we're fine with being fused. And it seems like the AI agrees with that, which is kind of cool. It's also interesting that the AI was like, Nazem says, I'm here to like help. So I guess the way that the AI perceived the imbalance in power is that like I was too strong against like Kratos, and I think Nazem was offering for us to become like equally powered, but we're kind of already equally powered by just being the same person. Let's see. John Mason said, I wait for no explanation and attack you two with a void beam. And then Kratos said, okay, that works. And then John Mason said, if possible. Sure, you can shoot a void beam. I'm gonna let John Mason also shoot the void beam at us, only because we don't have a lot of time, and I think it would be hype as fuck. Nazem fires a galaxy-sized beam of void energy at you. Imagine anything that's the size of a galaxy coming towards you. Nazem charges towards you, ready to destroy you. You dodge his attack and send a beam of light back at him. The energy wave hits him hard, but he simply shrugs off the blow and sends another beam of light at you. Okay, Kratos, it is your turn to control us so that we can defeat Nazem. So I guess when we refused to accept Nazem's help, Nazem was like, well, if you won't accept balance, then you will have to be destroyed. So then he goes in with the void energy beam, and now it seems like we're having a light fight. We're just straight up firing beams of light at each other. But this has been hype as fuck so far. It's too bad that we don't have like a ton of time. We essentially have like 9 minutes left. I'm curious if we can defeat Nazem in like the next 9 minutes. Kratos, try and come up with like a finishing move. Some way that we can defeat Nazem. John Mason said, I'll try to come earlier next time. No problem. Essentially what Kratos and I did tonight that we normally don't do is that we decided to do an AI Dungeon 2 multiplayer stream from 11 to midnight tonight. And so far, this campaign has been pretty dope. I've learned that like some of the best AI Dungeon 2 multiplayer campaigns are like action focused, where it's like you're fighting. You start immediately in a fight, whoop that nigga's ass. Those are like the best ones, especially when it's something really open and you're able to like choose your powers on demand, because it allows you to fully take advantage of how open AI Dungeon 2 is. Let's see, Kratos said, I don't know how you want to phrase it, but with me being omnipotent with the dark energy from the universe, I say we become intangible, absorb the light from all the stars and all the darkness in the universe, and unleash it all down on Nazem. I got you. I know how to phrase it. You focus and feel the multiverse around you. You enter a meditative state where you feel as if anything is possible. You pull all the light from all the stars and all the darkness in the multiverse into your body. You look upon Nazem and effortlessly deflect his attack. You say, "This is over. Starlight flood." You then unleash a beam of light brighter than any the multiverse has ever known. The beam crashes down upon Nazem from above with enough force to cause 8 big bangs. You say, "This is the true power of a god." Okay, what do you think of that, Kratos? Let's see. Guts said, my bad, I went to get food. Also, Kratos, I forgot to make us intangible. I forgot about the intangible thing. John Mason said, just in case I survive, Nazem notices that the power you two have is crazy, but not a god. It is unnatural, and for your sake, I reversed time to when you two were about to fight in school. Oh, that would have been cool. That would have been cool as fuck if you survive. We'll see. Kratos said, "This is gonna be a bitch to draw." John Mason said, "And then I approach, and you two fight me instead. I fake my death to make sure you two are satisfied and both pass." Lol. John Mason has thought of a really interesting alternate ending if he survives this attack. I'm not sure if he will. Guts said, "What the fuck, Nick? Happy almost 1.5 thousand subs. I remember when you hit 1K." Yeah, AI Dungeon 2 has really helped the channel grow. Thank you. I appreciate the congratulations and the good wishes. Kratos said, "I loved it, but my hand is gonna be sore by the time I'm done." Speaking of fan art, if you guys want to draw this crazy ass high octane anime battle, feel free to. I would love to see this. So definitely, if you guys just want to draw a scene from it, a character, anything, I feel free to. This is awesome. Okay, so the story continues. The beams collide and explode, destroying Nazem's body and leaving him a charred husk. You laugh at his defeat. You walk out of the temple victorious. "I am Lord Dark. I am the true god of this universe." So yeah, we essentially had a beam struggle where our starlight flood attack, which is literally made of all the light from all the stars and all the darkness in the multiverse, beam had to have been of comparable strength, because otherwise there wouldn't have been a beam struggle. It would have just overpowered him. So that's really fucking dope. Not gonna lie. So yeah. Yeah, I'm down for that. So we essentially became Lord Dark, the true god of the universe. That's pretty good. Hey, I'd love to see a drawing of that. John Mason said, "Lol, I'll draw Nazem fighting you two. Lol." And then John Mason said, "Wow," in all caps, and said, "Damn, that's cool." Kratos said, "Well, considering you technically beat me, but my ultimate goal was to be the Lord of the Universe, we both won completely." Mm-hmm. We sure did. Whoop Nazem's ass. That was a good ass campaign. That was like a 3-player, almost hour-long AI Dungeon 2 superhero, supervillain, no holds bar, godlike anime battle. Definitely share this with your friends. I feel like this is the kind of shit that people have been waiting for. John Mason said, "Haha, that was cool though. I'd definitely do this again." Yeah, I definitely would be down to do this as well. I've actually messaged a lot of my friends on Facebook going, "Hey, multiplayer AI Dungeon 2 is like a thing now. Would you guys be interested in playing together?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Beth and I even do it now during our 10 to 11 p.m. block. And we actually played using the same prompt. We didn't become gods or anything, but it was still pretty dope. So yeah, I'm most certainly down to do this kind of thing again, no doubt. Kratos said, "Definitely send me that story so I can start the visuals." No problem, I got you. Guts said, "No, Rip, you're about to have to go. I was just getting settled in." John Mason said, "Nick, think you can add me on Facebook sometime?" He said, "I know Amino is there, but I don't have the app. No space." Sure, feel free to hit me up. What is your name on the Facebook so that I can find you and add you to the Facebook? I normally don't add people to the Facebook. Uh, do, 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 do. But I've added Kratos and I've added Kirby. I might have added Nerd Tanker. I don't know. I added Ty Spellman. I almost called him Skinny Penis because that's what he used to be called on YouTube. He had the weirdest of usernames. How am I gonna find you just off of John Mason? I'm gonna need more than that. Let's. John Mason said, "Oh, you don't have to if you don't want to, Nick. Lol." And then John Mason said, "Oh, right," and then hit me with those ha's. So I typed in John Mason, but how would I even know which John Mason is the right John Mason? Let's see. I can search based off of. Well, let me say specifically people. I specifically am trying to find people. John Mason said, "I don't know if the link came up, but that's it. There." So people can't post links, sadly, on YouTube. What you could try to do is give me everything after the slash, because I already know you're on Facebook. So you don't have to have the facebook.com part. Just put the slash da na 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 na, and then I can take that and then find your page that way. Hopefully, we'll see. I'm assuming YouTube won't prevent you from posting it. Oh yeah, see that should be like hella easy. I like that it's short too. I thought it was gonna be like a long ass URL. Okay, so we got facebook.com slash banana. Yeah, I'll add you as a friend. Bow. I thought I hit the button. Hold on. Oh, I hit your background. It was like loading, and I was like, why does it have to load just to hit the add friend button? There we go. Banana. Solid. Okay, so it is currently 12:01. I gotta go to bed. So what I've been doing is I've been going to bed at midnight, and then I wake up at like 7 a.m. Well, I don't wake up at 7. I start working at 7, so I get up at like 6:50 or so, and then I work from like 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So that's what I've been doing in order to like get my hours in for work. John Mason said, "Well, thanks, man. It'll be way easier to know when you're streaming now." Then Guts said, "Okay, see ya, man. Don't you stream every night usually?" Yeah, so I stream at 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I stream from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Then at 9 p.m., I take a break from streaming. I eat. I only eat one meal a day, so I eat like a big meal. And then after I eat, my girlfriend and I, we message for like an hour. So we message from like 10 to 11. And then if Kratos and if you guys are still down to continue doing like AI Dungeon from like the 11 to midnight block, then I'm down to do it. It's really up to what you guys want to see because I wouldn't do this if there weren't people to do it with, if that makes sense. So I want to know that you guys are down ahead of time so that we can do it. But anyways, I like to thank you all for watching. Let's see. John Mason said YouTube stopped notifying me. So John Mason, the way to fix that is watch more of the AI Dungeon 2 videos. I think if you watch like only certain types of videos that I drop, that it's less likely for you to get notified for the videos that are of like other things, if that makes sense. Also, I've heard that you can turn on notifications and there be like bonus notifications that you have to also turn on. That's why a lot of YouTubers say turn on all notifications. So double check to make sure all notifications are turned on, whatever that means. Uh, let's see. Kratos said, "You know, I'll always be down, ballin'." John Mason said, "Oh, okay, cool, cool." John Mason said, "It usually says Nika Benson just stopped streaming, so you normally get a notification for when it's over. That kind of sucks." John Mason said, "But doesn't say started streaming." Well, remember, I always stream at 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So whatever time it is for you now, for me right now, it's 12:03 a.m. So find the difference between like your time zone and my time zone, and then that'll help you figure out when 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time is for you. And then that's when you would be able to tune into the streams. Let's see. John Mason said, "Oh, right. It's 2:03 a.m. here." Cool. So that means you're 2 hours ahead. So 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time for you is 10 p.m. And then Kratos said, "So he streams at 10 your time." Yeah. But anyways, I gotta head to bed. I like to thank you guys all for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only. Logging out. Peace, guys. Peace.